the club, plays macros. What's back though? It's a Louis back though.
Holy shit, I rolled the split, choke hold the beat. Flip that, then I sold the shit. Got my wrist on spray, now it's cold as shit. Only you boneless, if you got a bone to pick, I tell you go to strip. While I pull up in that stolen whip, while snacking on a bullet tricks. The only rabbit here is me, I hop on any beat and treat it like Play-Doh and mold this shit. Bitch, I promise.
Yo, it's Zero, and this is part 9 of What If Naruto was raised by Yoriichi. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you're new. Without any more wait, let's continue following the story of Taiyo's sister, Suki, who he passed the title of Sun Pillar to after she had healed Itachi Uchiha. They were attacked. He explained that through the Chunin exams. He explained that many samurai from the evil organization teamed up with the Sound and Sand Village, who were supporting them. Alright, I'll call for backup then. What kind of backup, Itachi would ask. My brother. Well, he'll come. He's the leader of our organization now. A lot of things happened since the last time we saw you. Itachi then remembers the fear and wisdom instilled in him by that kid. How strong is he now? Suki thought about it. Well, he could probably defeat anyone in his way, but this world also has a lot of strong people as well. So, I don't know. Plus, Itachi! Someone yelled as they then jumped off of a building, and it was Sasuke Uchiha, who was holding Sakura. Well, Suki didn't know it was Sakura, but we as the viewers knew that because of her pink hair, and she was unconscious. Big brother, we must fight back. You're right, Sasuke. Who is she? Just an old friend. Suki then begins to walk in the closest direction of a battle that she would see. It was a battle on a rooftop between Orochimaru and Hiruzen. As Orochimaru was about to land a devastating blow to the old man, he was stopped and then cut in half vertically by a sun wheel. Who are you, young lady? Don't mind that. I'm just here to help you out. That's all. Far away, as Taiyo was meditating, the sun would shine upon him. With the bright light, a silhouette of his sister then appeared. I see you have mastered this technique you created as well. What do you need, dear sister? Brother, come help me in the Leaf Village. Make it as fast as you can. I'll explain when you arrive, but there is a large-scale battle going on. So, I'll see you when you arrive. Taiyo would then quickly grab his blade and put on his robes. He found Rengoku and Giyu, who were training with some other samurai. You two are in charge until I come back. I'm heading off to the Leaf Village to assist my sister and the Leaf Ninja. Taiyo speeds off from the land of waves. Back at the Leaf, Suki would then see giant snakes and a sand-like creature. Hey mister, can you handle those snakes? Hiruzen would nod. Don't tell me you're going to take out... Yes, me and my older brother, who will soon be here. So, everyone needs to just hold out a little longer. He'll fix everything. She then fades into light before Hiruzen's eyes, as she begins to run through the Leaf Village in the direction of the sand monster. But, as she cuts an inch down, a group would appear in front of her. They would then be blocking her path, and this group had 2 people in front of it who were leading it. I feel like these 2 have great personalities at this time in story. Well, if you read the Demon Slayer manga, you know who this character is. Doma and Toby would be in her way. But she wouldn't know who it was because he was a man with a mask. And I think they mix very well due to Doma's sadistic and playful personality. Suki grabs her blade. You both are in my way, so move. Doma laughs while leaning on Toby, who does the same. Let's kill her. But once they look in her direction, she was gone. From above their heads, she swung her blade with flames on it. only for her to pass straight through Toby. "What was that?" she would say. But Doma was right behind her, as he would then dodge her blade as she swung it again. And as he would swing his own blade, or his fans, she easily dodged and countered, cutting off his ear. "Oh, well, that wasn't very nice," he said while holding his ear. Doma then threw his fans in the air, and Toby grabbed them, trying to slice her arm. Suki, however, was different from many of the other Hashira. She was a fighter who had the utmost pride and respect for any of her opponents, so she never held back, not even to those who weren't on her level. "All right then, let's get started," she would say. Breath of the Sun, secret technique, the one. As the flames that were on the back of her outfit lit up, as her pupils became bright red, Suki's hair, well, it began to spike up slightly from the wind pressure that was going up into the sky, as all the flames would shoot up there as well. Here we go. "Guide me to victory, Father." As she ran forward, Toby then grabbed Doma, putting him in a headlock. Toby, what are you doing?" "Doma, we're friends, but I have no use for you now. Well, to my real goal." Toby would hold him still until Suki was right in front of him, and then, as Doma's head was cut off, Toby was stood alive, and Doma's body fell to the ground. As he turned, though, his mask broke, revealing his face. "Oh well, I needed a new one anyway. Make sure you tell that old man that this war is just getting started." The man then warped away, and this is when she saw it. Suki saw Kurama jump on top of the stand like beasts, as Tayo wasted no time cutting off the head of Gaara. This is when the sand beast was no more, and then Tayo would scout the area, only to see his sister, who was surrounded. "Kurama." "Yeah, I know." The Ninetales then threw Tayo in that direction. Kurama disappeared as Suki would begin to fall from the ground of exhaustion from using the one technique. Tayo would catch her. "Great job, but you can rest now. Your big brother will handle the rest." She closed her eyes, passing out, and Tayo laid her down. "All right, all of you, come straight at me." Meanwhile, Itachi and Hiruzen were looking around for that girl, and this is when they saw it. They saw Tayo finishing off all the last samurai without even lifting a finger. Tayo picked up his sister and then began to walk from the village, seeing that his job was done and that the ninja could handle the rest of the problems. Then, someone appeared who stopped him. It was Iruka. Is that really you, Naruto?" Naruto smiles, seeing an old friend and teacher, more like a father figure to him. "I do not go by that name anymore. I am Tayo, the leader of the samurai organization. And if you could excuse me." This is when Tayo was surrounded by a bunch of leaf ninja who pointed blades at him. Tayo then released a heat from his body that burned their weapons. "I said, if you could kindly move." But before anyone could attack him, Hiruzen appeared. "You will not treat these two like that. They are our guests and temporary heroes. So you would treat them with respect." Tayo would look up at the old man and smile. Days later, Suki wakes up to see her big brother sitting near a window. "Hey Suki, do you know where we are right now?" "This is where I lived before I was adopted by father." Her eyes widened, looking at the crammed room. "It was pretty bad, wasn't it? Come on, let's go get ready to go." Suki grabs her things and then remembered about the war. "No way, we have to talk to that old man I saved." "Alright, fine. let's go. The siblings walk through the leaf towards the Hokage's office. And as they walk, they get stares and hisses because the townsfolk had realized who Taiyo truly was. They knew it was Naruto ever since they saw the Nine Tails. Suki turns to her brother, who had a smile. Home sweet home, am I right? This is when they would arrive, and as they head into the office, they see Team 7. Once the three of them look at Taiyo, their eyes widen with excitement. Hey Sasuke, it's been a while. You're Naruto, aren't you? Yeah, I am. This is when Suki hands Hiruzen a letter and a picture. This is the man that I saw, and this is what he told me. The samurai organization will be on the side of this village. Taiyo would smile. Hey old man, want to know something cool? I've become stronger than anyone in this village in my own way. Hiruzen smirks. I have no doubt that you are. Suki and Taiyo then leave the office, heading home. And as they get to the gate, Danzo stood in their way. And this is when Taiyo shows off the power of the Nine Tails, causing him to back off. Taiyo and Suki will return back to the organization after 1 week of travel. Taiyo then calls for a meeting of every samurai, and they all would arrive. It takes about 1 month for everyone to fully return, and once this meeting began, Taiyo appeared. I hate to be the one to tell you all, but a war will soon be upon us. And, well, I don't want to turn my back on the world, but it seems this must be done. From this day forward, the samurai organization will only help those in the land of waves. We will actually stay out of this war. Well, you will. Everyone was quiet, not sure if they agreed or disagreed. However, the first voice that was heard was that of the Flame Pillar, Rengoku, who stood up and said, I will follow you to the ends of the earth, my friend. I support this decision. After this, many others would stand in respect to Taiyo, their leader. Taiyo then turned to one of his advisors. How many do we have in the organization right now? This person will pause as they think, looking at a clipboard. About 340 samurai, including you and the Hashira. Good. We need everyone to be at their best. For the next coming months, the organization trained harder than ever. Everyone was pushed to their limits. Their first had physical training. Next was mental. And after that, they had even more sword combat. And lastly, there was breathing training. They would repeat this process over and over. One day while sitting down, Taiyo was greeted by Tanjiro. Hey Taiyo, do you have time to chat? Of course I do, my friend. What's on your mind? It's about the coming battle. Oh yes, that. Taiyo, are you scared of fighting and watching the people you love die? For a moment, Taiyo's heart sank, and his thoughts went to that of his father and mother who had passed. My friend, I've always been scared, but I've never actually wanted to fight in my life. I've always had to fight in order to protect the ones I love and to survive. Tanjiro watches his friend, and he turns to him with tears in his face. Taiyo then says, with tears rolling down his face, Tanjiro, I don't want everyone to die, but I know if they fight, it'll be the end for us all. So how do I do it? How can I lead so many wonderful people with lives of their own, with families that love them, with people that depend on them, with people they must protect? How can I let those people die? How can I lead them to their death? What can I truly do? I knew I wasn't ready for this position, but it was forced upon me, and I had to take it to instill so much wisdom and strength in others. I can't smile forever, and I know I can't do this alone. But This isn't a battle that I want everyone to fight. Tanjiro would hug Taiyo close. We won't die. Let's just win, so we don't have to die. After Tanjiro leaves, Suki comes in to her brother. We must go attend a meeting with the Kage to discuss the war. Days later, Taiyo and Suki arrive at the meeting and take a seat. I don't really want to go over anything, but let's just say I'll go over the most important parts of this meeting. The Leaf and Mist Village and the Samurai, well, they're all on one side, while everyone else is against them. This was because the Akatsuki had used the Jinchuriki to take over many other villages. The two siblings will return home, and many more months pass, and during this time, they also had dreams of their mother who had passed not too long ago after, well, their mother had passed away in her sleep, and this often haunted them in their dreams, making them not want to sleep some nights, fearing the same would happen to them. But the organization was at its strongest. One day, Taiyo went out by himself, going to look at the sunset, and once the sun did begin to set, Taiyo performed the dance of the sun god, and as he moved, he could feel it. He could often see his father still doing the dance with him. Tears came down his face as he continued. After finishing the dance, he bowed, and Yoriichi and Yuta appeared before the sun. As he ran at them, trying to hug them for one last time, they vanished, causing him to land on his face. Why? Why did you both have to leave me and Suki? Why did you leave us when we needed you to the most? Taiyo then began to get very emotional for one of the only times in his life. Father, why? Tell me why life is so cruel. Tell me why those who enjoy it most always die. Tell me why I can't be the man you once were. Mother, why aren't you here to bestow wisdom upon me in my time of needs? Just tell me why. Taiyo slammed his fist on the ground, crying. I don't know how much longer I can keep going before I hit my breaking point. But every day that goes on, it feels like I'm already there. What if I'll come out of this war, and the only thing that'll be left is a destroyed nation? Taiyo lays in the dirt crying until he passes out, and once he awakes, he sees a younger version of himself in the Leaf getting bullied by the adults. This was only in his mind. He was weak and frail. He remembers those nights where he starved, just hoping that his life would end. Taiyo would go through all his bad memories until he catches up with the present version of himself. And this will be when he wakes up. I know what I must do. Taiyo heads back to the base of the organization, and then he calls for a meeting with all the Hashira. I'll be honest to all of you. I've done some thinking, and do you want to die in our next battle? They were silent until Taiyo lays out a map. You see this small island? I want you to take all the members there instead of fighting. And I want some of you to go as well so that they have proper leaders. Those who will stay with me and fight, raise your hands. And this is when all of them would raise their hands. Come on, guys. You're making this hard on me. Rengoku jumps across the table, punching Taiyo in his face. Everyone in this organization is ready to die. What do you not understand? This is when Giyu opened the doors, and on the other side, Tanjiro was outside with everyone, bowing to the Hashira. Let's do our best together, Rengoku said.